Do a Pilates. First of all, we're going to be stretching, mobilizing, and then we're going to go into doing a few more exercises. Some of these exercises incorporate the plank exercise. If you can't do a full plank, you can always put your knees down on the floor, so you have got alternatives, and it's not all going to be concentrated around doing the plank. Most important thing with a plank though is you're engaging your core muscles. So when we talk about core, we're not just talking about our abdominal muscles, our belly muscles. We've got a muscle which is very deep inside, which goes all the way around our belly, round our back as well. So when we're engaging our core muscles, we are engaging the muscles around the back, we're protecting the back, and we're also strengthening the back. So we need to be having these muscles. When we say engage, we think mentally about, what does it actually mean? Are those muscles tight? Are they switched on? So belly muscles, abdominal muscles, and the back muscles are core, but also top of our legs are core muscles as well, and our glutes, our buttock muscles and pelvic floor, inner thigh most definitely. Really engaging those muscles in the inner thighs sometimes give you that extra boost, like especially if you're doing a full roll up and you can't quite get there. Taking the legs closer together, really squeezing the inner thighs will help with that. So engaging the core then, first of all we're going to warm up the abdominal, the pelvis. So we're going to tip pelvis forwards and then bringing it back again. So we're nice and, well, sitting's kneeling, high kneeling, nice and tall here, tipping the pelvis backwards and forwards. So you want a big hollow in the back as the pelvis tips down, and then changing that to a flat back as the pelvis comes back up again. So just tipping backwards and forwards just a few times, get it working, get it moving, get that feeling of, oh yeah, my pelvis doesn't like being in that position because it's not been in that position a while. Maybe you're quite far tilted forwards. Maybe you are always walking with a flat back. Now this can be just a mechanical thing with you, can be a postural thing, can be undone. Sometimes it can't be undone. So just take it at your own level, see what feels okay for you, and never push it to extremes. So we want to find something in the middle of your natural. So something in the middle. We want our hip bones ideally to be facing forward, and you want a natural curve in your back. So nice and tall in the body, keeping that pelvis in that neutral position, just bringing the shoulders up to ears, rolling them back and down. And now as we do this, we're going to twist the arms. Twist in the whole of the arm. So we're twisting top of the arm and rotating at the wrists as well. So when we're going to be doing plank exercises, when we're on the mat, holding ourselves, supporting ourselves on our hands, then your wrists may be a little bit tight, a little bit sore if you're not used to doing that. So let's give them a real big turn now as we roll our shoulders and rotate our wrists. Okay. Now we always want to make sure that we are breathing. We never want to be holding our breath. Don't focus too much on when to breathe in and when to breathe out. If you're not used to doing this, try to focus on what the body is doing and just make sure that you are breathing, not holding the breath. Okay, we want to be opening out our shoulders, so just roll one shoulder back and down and the other one. And as you do this, lifting it round, squeeze the scapula, the shoulder blade of one side, just that one side, taking it back again. And just focus again on your pelvis. As you're doing this, you don't want to be moving the whole of the body. You want to keep this nice and straight, nice and tall, holding the muscles on the stomach and on the legs nicely engaged as you pull one shoulder blade back. Now let's do back together, both together. Now we are moving our upper body, opening out and closing down. So open out the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then dropping the head as you rotate The wrists and the arms again, looking down at the floor. Moving the back, mobilising the back, mobilising the shoulders. Remembering to breathe. You can get into a breathing pattern by breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Whatever feels good for you. Okay, now take the arms up. So we're going to take them both out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as much as you can, and then bring the arms together. Keeping the pelvis still, squeezing, looking up at the ceiling, and then bringing them back again. Now as you're doing this, keep the shoulders level. Try not to bring the shoulders up to the ears. Opening out and closing together. Opening out. Okay, one last thing. Some people find this quite difficult to do. You could stand against a wall, put your hands on the wall and do this, or just do this as I am now. So we want the arms facing forward, and we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together without moving those arms. So the arms stay parallel. We just move back and forward. So lengthen the arms forward and then bring the arms back. Now as you do this, you want to keep the rest of your body nice and still. It's just those arms. We're activating those shoulders, activating the shoulder blades at the back there. Squeeze the blades together, open them out. Squeeze together, open them out. 2 more. Remembering the breath. Last one. Okay, alright, so we are now going to come down onto the floor. Moving that away. Alright, so we are going to roll ourselves down first of all, really curling through the spine, and then go into a flat back. The flat back even more, looking up to the ceiling, and then you taking yourself up, taking the arms up, taking yourself back into a little back bend. Open those arms into a circle. Take the head down, curl through that spine, hands travelling down the body, opening out the back. Then come into a flat back and then dip the belly down. As you come up, bring the arms up, looking up to the ceiling. A little back bend here. Only do as far as you feel capable of, as far as your back feels able to. So curling down, flat back, belly drops, arms come up. Really opening out again. Just one more here. Focusing on the body, focusing on which part of the body you can feel working. Okay, now walking those hands out. So we're going to be in an all fours position. So we want to make sure that our knees are underneath our hips and our hands are underneath our shoulders. Now once again I want you to do that scapular squeeze, dropping down and then squeezing up. So hold the pelvis in that neutral position, feel the engagement in the stomach muscles and just pushing out, dropping back, pushing out, lengthen the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Last one here. Okay, so we're going to come back here, we're going to stretch ourselves out. You want to have a break at any point when we're on this plank position or kneeling, then come back into this position, come back into a child pose and rest, and then join in when you're ready. So with stretching back, we're keeping our buttock muscles off of our feet at this stage, and then we're going to bring ourselves forward. And as we take ourselves forward, we take our shoulders over the top of our hands. So we need to be engaging the core muscles as we do that. Taking ourselves back, squeezing the belly, stretching out, and then take ourselves forward. So we're taking ourselves off balance. We're not going down into a press up. We're not going down into a stretch. We're literally taking ourselves backwards and forwards. So we're engaging our core this way. We're still working our stomach muscles, and you're also using your wrists and strengthening those. Now this time what I want you to do is take your wrists, hands facing into each other. So moving through, stretching over. So we're going to get a little bit of a different stretch in the wrists, but still working on those core muscles as we go backwards and forwards. Squeeze the glute muscles, squeeze the belly muscles, squeeze inner thighs and glutes and legs and coming over, making sure that belly is engaged. Okay, so we're taking the hands different places this time. Where are they going to go now? Can you take them underneath? You may not be able to go as far back this time or even as far forward. See how it feels. But we're just stretching through those wrists. Give them a little bit of mobility. Give them a little bit of a strength. Okay, take ourselves back and rotate those wrists. Hands together. Take them round. Where do they want to go? Really give them a movement there. Hands together, stretching back, stretching forward, stretching through those wrists. Okay. Alright, back onto all fours then. So engaging those core muscles, making sure that you hold that tummy in nice and tight, making sure that it's not dropped down, you're holding it tight, your back is in that neutral position, you've not dropped down into your shoulders, they're nice and strong as well. Your head is not looking down, make sure that it's in line with your spine. Engage that core muscle, those core muscles as you lift your leg up behind you. So we're lifting our leg and we're lifting the opposite arm. And we're going to tap down. Tap down to the floor and lift up. So the slower you do this, the more muscles you engage. And as you're doing this, just think about which muscles am I engaging? So you need to be holding the stomach muscles nice and tight. Can you feel the glute muscle, your buttock muscle actually engaging? Okay, this time, instead of up and down on the floor, you're going to come at an angle. You're taking it across and out to the side, opening out. Hold that stomach muscles nice and tight. Feel the glute muscle working, not falling into the shoulders. Okay, this time we're tapping down and we're tapping down at an angle. So go across the opposite leg, across the opposite hand, and round and open. Across and down, up and open. Just two more. Last one. Taking that leg in and out. Sitting yourself back, rotating those wrists again. Give them a stretch, whatever feels good. Ready to go onto the other side. Coming up then. Checking in at your posture again. Once you've done that, taking one leg up behind you. Take the opposite arm up. Are you stretching nice and long? Stretch the toes out, stretch the fingers out. Tap down at the floor. Is your head up? Are you nicely supported underneath your wrists and your knees? Really focusing on grounding your hand and your knee down onto the floor for balance. Keeping those hips nice and level. Now up. Now we're going to go across. Taking it out to the side and then back again. Taking it out and back. Hold the belly nice and tight. Last one. Okay, now we're going to go across and tap down. So crossing the opposite leg with your foot, crossing the opposite hand with the other hand. Bringing it up, out to the side. Across, down and out. Hold the stomach muscles nice and tight, making sure you're not dropping down. Last one here. And bring it back. Okay, stretching through again. Give those wrists a stretch. Okay, right, so I must stop saying okay. Taking ourselves down, really rolling through, taking yourself down. We're going to come into a plank, so put your feet behind you, uncurl your toes, lift yourself up. Nice and straight. Okay, how does that feel? Once again, checking in. Is your head nice and straight? Is your back nice and straight? Are your core muscles engaged? Stomach muscles, that means abdominal muscles. Glutes, squeezing the glutes. Squeezing the tops of the legs, the inner thighs, the outer thighs. Can you feel them all? Is your head nicely and level? Are you breathing? If you find this too much, take the knees down to the floor, uncurl the toes and just hold it here. So we're just holding, noticing how the body's feeling, making sure that we're in line, checking our posture, being aware of our body, and take it down. Stretch it back out again. Okay, so you've perfected your plank now. So we're going to do a few more different things with that plank and then we'll rest in between. All right, so as I said, with a lot of these things, if you can't do a full plank, then just take your knees down and take it down a bit. Now what you can do as well is maybe start off in a full plank, and then if it gets too much, take yourself down but continue with the exercises. See how you feel, see how it goes. Focusing on the body. Okay, so getting yourself back again. So we're on our toes to start with, and we're going to curl our toes underneath, and then you're going to bring your knees up off the floor, take yourself in a full plank. Bring yourself back again and push forward. Back and push forward. Now as we back, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs, push yourself forward. Hold the core nice and tight, engaging all those muscles that need to be engaged as you do this. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and take it back. Stretching the arms out, mobilising the wrists if you need to. I should have brought a drink of water in here with me, I forgot. So time to get a sip if you need one. Okay, ready again. Toes underneath, into a knees up to the floor. This time we're coming back and we're bringing the knee to the outside of the elbow, and then we're coming back again. Same knee. Knee to the outside of the elbow, belly nice and tight, nice and straight. So we're going to aim for 10 on each side. We'll have a rest here. Keep going. I've lost count anyway. 2 more. Last one. Come down, stretch out, have a rest if you need to, and then we're going to go back onto the other leg. Exactly the same exercise. Breathe in to prepare. Forward and out. Back again. Pushing a body so you engage those core muscles and bringing that knee to the outside of our hand. That's 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, rotate wrist round. How are you feeling? Okay, so knees gone to the outside. What we want to do this time is take the knee across to the opposite side. And when we do this, we're going to twist. So bringing ourselves up again into your plank. And taking the knee to the opposite elbow and twist the body. Taking it back and twist. You can still do this on the floor, just using that twist. Oh, I find it easier not on the floor because it doesn't hurt the knees so much. Okay, last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it straight, down and back. So we're making sure that we come back in each one. Not just about resting, it's about finding our set point again. Making sure that we're all in the proper position. Okay, ready? Other side. Take yourself up. Now, knee to the opposite elbow. Twist round, take it back. Exhale as you twist across. Holding the hands nice and strong. 5 more. Last one. And down. And stretch. Stretching those hands, stretching those wrists. Okay, coming down onto the side now. Laying ourselves down. So taking the knees at an angle, feet are going to be together. So we can open out that top leg. Just the knee to start with. Open out and close. Now the foot goes up. Feel that work in the hips. Now one knee, one foot. Alternating. And I'll take both up, open out and bring it back. Now as you open it out, make sure that you're not rocking backwards. Open out and take it back. Squeeze those glute muscles and bring it back. Keeping the abdominal muscles engaged as well, helping you with your balance. Really squeeze those muscles. Okay, open up that leg now. Close that leg. Just open and close. Extend and flex. The knee, the ankle, coming forward, coming backwards, coming forward, coming backwards. And hold that open. Now we're going to do circles. Have the toes facing down, the heels facing up. So making sure those hips stay nicely stacked, one on top of the other, not moving around. Take the hand in front to help with the balance. And circles, small circles. Let's change directions. And hold it there. Flex the foot. Toes are coming down towards the shin. And then move forward and take it back. So kick forward and move it back. Squeeze the belly muscles as you come forward, making sure that they're working. There's always 2 ways of doing things. There's an easy way where you're just not really focusing on the muscles that you're using, or the harder way, the better way, is by really focusing on the muscles and engaging them, getting them to work. Hold it forward. Okay, up and down. Up and down. So you should really be feeling it now. And the glute muscles and the back here, tops of the leg, really focus there, leg forward, little raises, left and lower. I've got to remember these and do these the other side. And I've got no one to shout out in the class to say, you forgot that one. Or what did we do next? Okay, open and close, open and close. Last few. Last 3, last 2, last 1, open it out, taking the leg back. Okay, so the leg now is not over the top of the knee, it's back. So you get a little bit of a release here and a rest because it's in a different position. So you're working different muscles. Are you still with me? You still feel it? Can you still remember what sequence, what we've done? Because we've got to do it on the other leg in a moment. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, hold it up there. Pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Ow, ow, ow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring that leg in. Give it a rub. Give it a slap. Get some more life back into it. Oh, okay. Let's turn over the other way and see if we can remember what we did. I've got a plan, but sometimes it just goes away. Okay, so supporting your head with your hand, taking the knees at that angle then. So the first one, feet closed together, opening out the knee, closing it down. So just open and close. Feel it in the glute muscles and down the back of the leg. Squeeze open, squeeze close. Squeeze the inner thighs as you squeeze it down. Now the foot comes up, foot and down. Knees are glued together. This time the foot is coming up. Now we're doing one of each. Knee up, foot up, knee up, foot up. And this is the stage where I should really pause the camera and have a look to see what I did. Write it all down so that I can remember. But we'll see how we go. We'll see. I'm sure I'm going to remember all of it. Okay, both together. Open out and in. Open out and in. Making sure that you're not wobbling, keeping the hips stacked over the top of each other. Opening out. Okay, so we're going to hold it up there. Hold it up, open the knee and close. Open and close. Open and close. Can you see my brain whirring, thinking about, oh, what was next? I think it was circles was next. Hold it out. Circles. Okay, taking ourselves with little circles. Trying to keep nice and still. Circles are not going to be really big. Small movements. Slow, small movements engage far more muscles, make you feel a bit stronger. Let's change direction. Okay, we're doing up and down next. So the heel faces up, toes coming down. Up and down, up and down. So squeezing those muscles, giving them a helping hand to get them stronger. Squeezing the abdominal muscles, making sure that they're nice and tight, because that's going to keep you nice and stable. Squeezing the inner thighs as your leg comes down as well. Okay, leg forward and back, forward and back. So we're kicking the leg forward in a nice controlled way. Last one, hold it forward. Okay, leg up and down, lift and lower. Am I keeping on sequence? Is this the right one? Okay, and hold it up there. Okay, bring that leg back. Okay, up and down. I think I've missed something out there. Can't remember what it was. I think my glute muscles were screaming at me a little bit more, so I'm sure I must have missed something out. Unless I've got one glute muscle a lot stronger than the other one, which does often happen. And we need them both to be firing, those muscles both to be engaging. Okay, hold it up and we're pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Oh my goodness me. Ouch, 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 ouch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and bring that in. Oh, stretching out. Give it a rub. Wow. Oh, okay, that was a real glute workout. Just take the legs out in front of you now. So we're just going to sit up nice and straight, taking the hands, travelling down the body, stretching over, just stretching through those hamstrings. Go down just as far as you can. Now just try to relax the legs. There's often that, let's come up again, squeezing the belly as you come up nice and tight. When we stretch, we tend to sometimes hold those muscles really tight. What we want to be doing is relaxing those muscles, and then we get more of a stretch. By doing it this way as well, taking it nice and slowly, and little repetitions, we go a little bit further each time, as the muscles get used to that, where they've got to be, and think, okay, well, there's nothing awful going to happen by me stretching to that point. I can go a little bit further next time. Okay, take yourself down, and we're just going to hold it there this time. So you can take your legs closer together, you can have them wider apart, you can hold onto your feet. Just feel that stretch. Stretch in the glutes, stretch in the hamstrings. Okay. All right, I am done. Well and truly. Hope you enjoyed that opportunity to do it as many times as you want to, because this is going to be on the video, so do it a couple of times a week and see how you progress. Always a good thing to do is take a measurement of where you are to start with. Maybe if you can't quite manage a full plank, then the more times you do it, you're going to. Maybe if you found it easy, then do more repetitions than I have actually on this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me have some feedback, and see you again another time on video, no doubt. Thanks for watching.